Anna. I can't see you.
Hold on.
Superwoman. Hey, love. Some queens in the house. If you guys want to talk about true friendship, go ahead and jump in the box. But really quick, I'm waiting for Mr. Chris to turn on his camera. Here we are again with the same smile as each day. I want to know what it is that makes me feel this way. I wish I could grab you and tell you what you mean to me. Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, my love. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Just getting some rest.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
going to do for your birthday tonight?
I think maybe next week I'm gonna do something. I'm just resting now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You flying to Cali?
Maybe.
What are you going to do?
Maybe.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure yet. It's not that big of a deal for me.
It is too. Don't you start with me. You know very well that I love me some birthdays. You know that. Don't you start with me.
Birthdays are for kids, though.
That's not true. That is not true. Let me ask you something.
Thank you, guys.
Let me ask you something. Do you believe in blessings?
Yes, of course. Why not?
Okay, well then guess what?
What?
Your birthday every year is a blessing.
Well,
And that every blessing deserves to be celebrated.
true,
right?
true.
Yes. And that's not just for kids.
Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's more for kids, though.
No, it is not. Stop it. Stop it right now. You stop that.
What am I gonna do? Wear party hats and
Yes.
cut cake,
Yes.
eat ice cream.
Yes. You know what my kids did for me last year? You're not gonna believe what my kids did for me last year.
What?
First of all, I wore a crown the entire time.
Really?
Yes, I did. A crown. And my daughter, you know that game Among Us? Have you seen that? Okay.
Yeah.
My daughter took the entire house and turned it into an Among Us game.
Damn.
So the whole family played Among Us the entire night.
That's nice.
It was cool. But you see what
I mean, like something like that I would do, but
yeah.
to go the whole 9 yards, I'm like, nah.
That was further than 9. That was the entire football field. That was the whole football field. That wasn't just 9.
Yeah.
You gotta celebrate you. You gotta celebrate you.
My God, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I'm just chilling, giving thanks, greatest thing I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blessings. Blessing. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
I had my grandma. She's the reason why I love birthdays. My grandmother, her birthday was the day before mine.
Oh.
And so all of our birthdays were celebrated together up until the age of probably about 14 or 15. And she didn't pass away until I was 18. But I remember being like really little and looking up at my grandma because we were walking into the house and she knew that they were throwing her a surprise birthday party. And she was like giddy as all get out. Like she was excited. She couldn't wait to get into the house. Like she was all excited. And I remember looking at her like, what the heck is wrong with you? And I looked at her and I said, Grandma, why are you all happy? And she goes, what do you mean, baby? I said, well, old people aren't supposed to like their birthdays, right? And
Why?
she
Because
said,
they're getting older?
right. That's what I always assumed, because people would lie about their ages, right? Like they didn't care about their birthday. And so
Yeah.
I always just assumed like old people weren't supposed to care about their birthday, right? And my grandma looked at me. Chris, I want you to hear me, okay?
I'm listening.
My grandma looked at me and she said, dead straight in my eyes, remember that every birthday is a blessing.
Yeah.
God gave you the ability to be on this earth with those that you love and those that care about you for another year. Not everybody gets that blessing. And after she said that, I said, my birthday, let's celebrate. Let's go. Let's do it. If somebody that at her age, I believe at that time she was like 80 something. If somebody at her age saw a birthday as something as beautiful as that.
Yeah, but for me, you know, it's just to get happy birthday from my loved ones, especially my daughter. That's the most important thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I get that, like, I'm all set.
What am I, chopped liver? I just sang happy birthday to you on my live. Are you kidding?
No, I really appreciate that. You know, that was very
okay.
special. Like,
as long as you appreciate it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you want to sit and talk with us?
Yeah, I'll stay for a little while. No problem.
Okay. Anybody else wants to jump in the box? We have 3 more boxes open, and today's topic is, what is true friendship? What is true friendship? I think a lot of the times we go through life and we're sitting there, we're analyzing every relationship that we have, right? Like every relationship. It doesn't matter what relationship it is. But when it comes to our friends, do we analyze friendship too much? Like, do we put too much value on it, on friendship?
I mean, friendship is basically a relationship. So, we tend to treat our friendship hard. Like, you know, we do think a lot on it. Like, you know, and we're so easily to forgive and forget. But it's the same as relationship. You know, it has an expiration date, and
all of them.
we have to be careful about friendship, especially like, you know, we tend to meet people like,
why
you
do
know,
you say friendship especially? Why do you say that?
I mean, because what we do is like we meet people for just 2 years and they're the best of friends. Like, no, it can't work like that. You know, I feel your friend is someone who knows you inside out, someone who's been through what you've been through, who's been there with you. That's your friend.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Knowing someone.
So for you, until they get to know you deeply, they're just your acquaintance.
Yeah.
But once they know you deeply, then they're your friend. Like that's like a friend, right?
Yeah, you guys have to, you know, share something sentimental, you know, something, you know, something like that.
Like,
but,
deep and personal.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So am I your friend?
Getting there.
I'm getting there. Hey, I'm getting there, you guys.
Yeah.
Miss Catherine, what about you?
I think she's asleep.
You think Miss Catherine's asleep? She's not asleep. Catherine,
she's not replying.
Someone who would walk through fire for someone, says Miss Janet. Pauline says, love and no judgment as a friend are like family to me. Yeah, you know what? I was actually thinking that when he was saying that was, because you were saying like it has to be deep, like you have to have this personal connection.
Yeah.
For me, when you get to that personal connection part, you're no longer just a friend, you're like family.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, like
even people who you know from, childhood days, they'll turn their backs on you as well. You know?
yeah.
So you have to like know how you choose your friend. You yourself have to know that. Like, who's
Yeah.
your friend. Like I can't tell you, oh, that person is your friend or that person is not your friend. I'm not the one to tell you that. You should be the one to know that. You know?
You should be, so if they're your friend, you have to be able to understand their ins and outs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janet says I still have friends from high school. That's cool. Not a lot of
Yeah,
people can
that's
say
cool.
that. Yeah, I remember telling my kids, it's not really about the popularity, right? Like when you're in high school, you totally think it's about being cool and everybody liking you and having 1,000 friends, right?
Yeah.
And I remember telling my kids it's not about the popularity. You can be popular in high school, but when you leave, you're gonna leave with like one or two friends. Like
Yeah,
you're not even gonna
even
talk to the rest of them.
even your classmates, most of them you don't even remember their names. People
Right.
you used to, talk to like every day, you don't even remember their name. Should
Right.
you be ashamed?
No.
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 It's just that you guys don't
It's
have
life.
certain connection,
Yeah.
for you to remember their name like
Right.
that.
It's life. Like it's gonna. People are gonna be there for. What is it? There's a saying. People will be there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. People come in your life for a reason. It's for
Yeah.
you to find that reason.
Right. Yeah. Miss
Yeah.
Janet says, no, you want true friends, just a few stay with you. Exactly. That's exactly like once I told my kids, you know what, like you're not even gonna talk to half of these people anymore. Like, who cares about their opinion? Who cares about, whatever it is that they're saying? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, those are not the ones that are gonna stick by you. And I had to
Yeah.
show them, like, look, I have two friends from high school. Well, I have a few more than that, but I have one friend that I have had since junior high. Junior high.
Yeah.
And she is the closest person in my family. My kids can literally pop into her house whenever they feel like it. She does their hair for them. She's a hairstylist and
Yeah.
a crafting queen. She is a crafting queen. But my kids can pop in. They call her Auntie Amber. Like she comes over to my house. We watch the Super Bowl together. You know what I mean? It's like we could do anything. We could say anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Like, and no matter what, we're still family. Even if we get pissed off at each other, it's like, that's all right. We got mad. It's
Yeah.
over. Let's keep
Yeah,
going.
a friend is someone you can, get into a fight with and you pop up at your house and he or she's at your house and you can't do or say nothing about it because it's not your
Right.
fault. Yeah.
Right. Like
That's
it's just
more
gonna
like a
keep
friend,
going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I mean, my kids call her auntie. Like for me, she's like my sister. Like, we argue like my sister and I argue. We hang out with each other like my sister and I hang out with each other. We talk about the most random crap. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I give her everything of me, To
Yeah.
what okay, wait. So that was what I was going to say. When I was a kid, my family's true friends were their family members, which is what I'm talking about. For my mom, her family members were her best friends. Her sisters, her brothers, her mom. She didn't really have friends outside of the family circle, right? My
Yeah.
dad, my dad's best friends were one was his well, a couple of them were his brother. One of them was his brother-in-law, which was my mom's brother. And a few of his other ones were bandmates. They actually grew up playing in a band together from high school. And they never lost touch. My dad still to this day will travel states to go visit his friends. And it just floors me.
What if I tell you my best friend is someone who I used to like fight with like every day, but
I believe it.
as
I
soon as we
believe it.
fight, we're good again. We're all set. It's just that we just couldn't get along with. We just always competing, but we always,
But you're both passionate.
yeah.
Yeah, when you're both passionate, it makes it harder to like just be like, shut up. Like,
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that. I get that. I feel like for what I've seen a lot of men friendships, men never choose people who are just like you.
No.
Where women tend to go for, and this is just a observation, just an idea, like obviously an opinion, right? But women tend to go for people who have like minds.
Yeah.
Right? Like women tend to go for people who are going to like fit into their circle.
Yeah.
But men are like, I don't care. Like you are totally different than Steve over here, and you're totally different from Bob over there. Am I wrong? Like,
yeah, it's all right.
yeah, like men just don't care. Like it doesn't matter where you come from, how much money you make. Like everybody's the same.
Nah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't like, you could be, doing bad stuff and we still, try to find the good in you, like even trying to see, because my friends are my father's friends.
Okay.
So I mean, one and two of them, my father will tell me about, like, this guy is not a good person. And I still, try to find out why my dad say this guy is not a good person.
Yeah,
I
you don't
still
just
go.
take his opinion.
Yeah, I don't take his word for it,
Yeah.
And I've learned that way to know that, my dad told me, but,
like
I just had to
respect
learn
your
myself.
dad, but at the same time, learn for yourself.
I just had to see for myself why,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you may not get along with a person and I can get along with that person. It's like that sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like different personalities, different experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
Shaw, really quickly, I want to let you know that today is Chris's birthday.
Hey, Shaw, what's up?
Hey, happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, man. Respect.
No problem.
Did you hear the first part of what we were talking about?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Oh, unbelievable. You're not always listening? No, I'm just kidding. No, so we were talking about like, okay, so like my family, right? Like my mom's best friends were her siblings or her mom, right? My dad's best friends were his brothers, but also people that he grew up with from high school that he played in a band with together. Right? So it was like, so for other people, the image of friendship can look different. Right?
Say that again.
The image
you was breaking up.
The image of friendship can look different to everyone.
Yeah, it can.
What does the image of friendship look like to you?
Depends on the person.
Okay, choose a person in your life.
Well, like my best friend, she's very loyal. She's somebody that's, she's very easy to talk to. And me and her have been friends. I think we had our first high school jobs together back at home in New Jersey.
Wow.
And, the way that we were, it was just like we wasn't much of a people person. Our personalities clicked. And, it was pretty much easy to talk to each other when it came down to anything and everything. So that's how me and her clicked. But I have another friend, and he's a best friend to me because of a lot of the things me and him went through.
Right.
Me and him been through things since we were in elementary school. We was constantly bullied on, me and him, we was the tallest in our elementary school. So a lot of people felt as though they had to have that
the win
what's
over
that
the big bear.
Yeah, that wasn't. That's good. That's close, but that was the David and Goliath mentality. That's what it was.
Right. Right.
And they just felt as though that they got to always go after the biggest, tallest person
To
in the
prove
school
their
to
strength.
prove themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And me and my me and my homeboy was them people that they always wanted to go against. And
So
but
you
what
guys
they didn't,
basically like bonded over it?
yeah. And that's how we was. And there was things that I can tell. There's things I could tell my female best friend that I couldn't tell my other best friend because their personalities were different.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like the dude, my friend, he just feels as though he's got to be tough around everything and stuff. So if you try to show that sensitivity around him, he's looking at you like, man, why are you talking so girlish around me and
Weak.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
That's
you.
weak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it depends on the people.
So
It
Yeah.
going
depends
back
on the person.
to your first friend, right?
Yep.
Your best friend, the girl. Does that take away the stigma of the whole, like, did it take away the stigma of you can't be friends with girls if you're the opposite sex?
No, it doesn't take that to me. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't take that away because I think you can. It's just all about the mentality that y'all have towards each other. Like I've never looked at her that type of way. I looked at
In
her
that
as my
manner.
sister.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at her as my sister and she looked at me as her brother.
Right.
So being that we both have sisters and brothers, we knew not to let our minds go that route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I say that all the time, and people look at me like I'm nuts because I can still be friends with multiple. Like I can still be friends with like my exes because it's really quick for me. Like it's because of the fact that I was raised with nothing but men. My mentality can literally lift you from wherever you are at and put you into brother zone.
Exactly.
And a
The,
lot
the
of people don't get that.
the
Go
thing
ahead.
is with most men, their mentality towards a female is a relationship. So it's hard for them to be a friend to a female because they go in the relationship trying to, be in a relationship, not trying to be a friend.
Like trying
So
to win her
Exactly.
over, you're saying?
yeah, yeah,
Either try to win her over or if they do
exactly.
become her,
So
if they do try to be her friend, they just want to be her friend until she's vulnerable.
exactly, exactly.
And this
It's
you're
like
saying this is like typical. This is like all
that's
men type deal.
no, not all men. Majority.
Not all men.
Well, do you know what? In a way, yes, all men can feel that way.
Okay.
They really can because I mean, let's be for real. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was that type of at one point. I was that type of person that you know what? I'm just gonna be friends with her
it, it,
until you
it's
know.
it's all about the personality though, and the person. It's if you're going in like, also, I like you as a friend. I'm not gonna pass my place saying, oh, I would like to be in a relationship with you and all of that, and like, no. But some guy, they will come and pretend to be a friend, and then they're starting to be rude and starting to say weird shit, you know
And trying to
like,
like slip into them
yeah.
DMs is what you're
Yes,
saying.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
see what you're saying. Wait. My phone died. Okay, Miss Janet says they hang to
Yeah.
pick up the pieces when things happen.
yeah.
Like that's what you guys are saying?
Yeah, majority of guys do that.
Yeah.
Majority of guys do that.
Do you do that?
And then you have, no, I don't do that no more.
You don't do that anymore.
That was
Okay.
back in my young, no, that was back in my young, in my military days that I did that.
Right.
I'm not going to lie about it.
So you're
You
saying
know,
that like,
I did that.
oh no, I'm not saying that you're doing it now. I'm saying like my question is, do you think that that has more to do with maturity than anything else, or do you think it's just like a generic response?
I think it's both. In my opinion, I think it's both.
Okay. So like,
Be-
So like if you're not
I think
mature, then you wouldn't know to like correct yourself, is what you're saying.
no. What I'm saying is that it can be the lack of maturity because I mean, if you look, especially at the way the world is right now. Well, I ain't gonna say the world, the way the generation kind of is today.
Right.
I mean, one of the main things that's on their mind is, you know, the devil's tangle is what I call
What
it.
does that mean?
Hooking up.
Sex.
Oh, sex. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
hooking up.
like, what is that?
And majority of the people, the majority of the generations, that's their main thing. It's just
Is
sex.
the outcome. That's the only outcome.
Yeah, you know, majority of the people is just like, you know, how many people can they be in bed with?
Yeah.
You know what I
But they
mean? And it's
call
like
it
it's,
body count.
huh?
But they call it body count.
I call it the body count.
So then if that's the case, so you were young when you met your friend. So then does that mean that the friendship started out as you trying to get to know her?
My friendship with her started out as of me actually getting to know her.
And then it just worked into where it's at now.
And that's all it was. We
Yeah.
never looked at each other as, you know, let's hook up.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't our main thing. That wasn't even our main thing as of discussing. Our main thing was, you know, did you watch such and such cartoons and stuff like that, or did you
Yeah.
see a on somebody's music video, and or did you
Yeah.
hear such and such on the radio and stuff like that? And
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to go out and play ball. She wanted to go out and play double dutch. You know, that was our main thing when I was growing up.
Right.
We didn't look at, you know, sex as a for, let's just see if, you know, if I can hit that.
Right.
Because,
Like it was ever like a let's see if I can have that opportunity.
yeah, we wasn't thinking about that. We was just thinking about, shoot, you know, that's what we going to discuss as of music-wise, play-wise, cartoons-wise, and
Right.
stuff. Because, you know, back in that day, that's when cartoons, back in the day, was off the chain.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they still are. Only back
Well,
then.
nah, I ain't going to say, not
Nah.
today. Not today.
I said back
Not
then.
today.
Back then.
Oh.
Still
Oh.
back then off the chain. Y'all just ready to jump. Oh my God, the cartoons.
No, I hate these cartoons.
Oh, the cartoons.
Yeah, you know, so that was our main thing is as of for, yo, are you going to check out this movie and stuff? So we didn't really worry about sex
Yeah.
and stuff because we had more things. Now in today's, that's pretty much what you hear about. It's just everything's got to be sexual.
So-
Why is everything sexual?
So let me ask you, Shaw, what to you, if somebody was to come into your life and say, I want to be your friend.
Say
right?
what?
If somebody was to come into your life today and say, I want to be your friend, what would be the definition of friendship to you that you would give them?
Well, the first thing, I guess in my case, I don't say there's a definition of friendship. My thing is of what is your characteristics that makes you want to be my friend? Does your characteristics match mine? Because one of my main things is if you're going to be my friend, if I'm doing something bad, I want you to correct me on that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that's my fault. I want you to correct me on that because I'm going to do the same thing for you. It doesn't mean that I'm taking the other person's side. I'm just letting you know, hey, it can be your fault. Or
Right.
if you know, if it came down to a fight, like you my friend and all this other stuff, I'm going to fight with you. I'm going to jump in that fight with you. But at the end of that fight, I'm going to let you also know, you know what, that was kind of your fault.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I am. I'm not going to be that type of person that's going to cheer you on for everything, especially when I know that you're wrong.
Exactly.
And then
So
another
you-
thing is that another thing that I would consider a friend is if somebody talks about me behind my back. My main thing is I don't want to know what they said. I want to know as a friend, what did you tell them to defend me?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I don't care about people talking about me behind my back. I want to
Yeah,
know if you're my friend,
I don't get it. Yeah.
if you want to be my friend, what did you do to defend my honor?
Why did they feel comfortable coming to you?
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop you in your tracks and say, wait a minute, that person not here to defend themselves. So then maybe you shouldn't be talking about it if they're not here to defend themselves. And then
Yeah.
if I know the situation, whatever they talking about, you put my input on there and say, wait, first of all, you don't know the whole story, so maybe you should wait until that person tell you their part when you start jumping in and talking about stuff.
Right.
So it's many characteristics that you have to have. And my thing is, if your energy is matching with mine, I'm not going to automatically put you as a friend. I'm going to put you as an associate first, and then we'll work on to the friendship.
That's exactly what Chris said.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what Chris said. Ms.
Because
Carter, what for you? What would it be? What would be your definition of a friend?
Somebody that's gonna, like, if you're going through something, that's gonna be there to be your shoulder, help you through whatever you're going through. That's gonna support you and not just judge you about it, but be there to
Right.
support you and help you get through it.
Yeah.
And also, like you said, call you out on your bullcrap at the same time.
Right. Does a friend have to have all the same interests as you?
No.
Does
me
it?
and my well, like sisters, we don't all have the same. We are like totally different. We do not have the same qualities of whatever. We're totally different.
Right.
I wouldn't want my friend to. I wouldn't want any friend of mine to have every same interest as me, because I'm that type of person. If I'm gonna hang around you so much, I'm gonna get sick and tired of you.
Right.
Right.
And some of my interests I love to do by myself.
Right.
Like my number one favorite interest is fishing.
Yeah.
And fishing is like my therapy. So last thing I need is to have a whole bunch of people that loves fishing want to come join me on a fishing trip, and they see all they doing is talking when I'm trying to be quiet.
We got all right, guys. Cancel it. We're not going fishing with Sean. I'm just kidding. Jokes.
That's one of my favorite things. Now, music or movies or shooting pool, that's fine. Fishing wise, I'm only taking maybe one or two. Other than that, I don't want all my friends to love fishing.
Yeah, friends.
And I'm not going to love everything that they do.
Right. My sister won't go near no water to be going no fishing, but I don't mind fishing. But they ain't going near no water to go fishing.
Yeah, you can't have a friend where you can swim and both of y'all can't swim. One at least have to can swim, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You want.
Go ahead.
No, so I was about to say, so pretty much, you can have friends that have certain interests the same as yours, but I just don't want friends to have every same interest as me. Because there's just some things that I like to just do by myself.
What I was going to ask is, can true friendship blossom into something else?
Are you talking about like between a man and a female friendship?
Anything. Can it blossom from just being a friend? Like, if you were same sex, then obviously you're not into that same sex. Like, can it blossom into being more than just a friend, like family? Like, that's my kid's uncle. That's my ride or die. Like, they will be my next of kin on my emergency card. You know what I mean? Like, can it blossom to be even deeper than just, hey, that's my friend?
Most definitely.
Oh,
why not?
My friends now, we've been friends since 2007. And like it is 2022. We like sisters. We say we sisters. My kids' aunties, they godparents, and they are on their emergency cards. They are on my kids' emergency cards for school and stuff. Because if something was to happen, they are allowed to go pick them up, and they will. When it comes to them, they treat my kids like if they're their kids. In emergency, they're there. They're going to pick him up. They're going to go see what's going on with their nephew. That's how they are. So yeah, it can.
Yeah, it can.
Like it definitely can. A lot of my good friends are from the military that we're very very close. I can't even count how many godchildren I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just begging for one.
You know, and it's just like, hey, I want you to be the godfather, or I want you to be the uncle. And I mean, to me, that's an honor and stuff like that. So yeah, it can build up into anything. It's just got to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Right.
If you're not on the same page, then that friendship could fall.
So if that goes from same sex, does that also go for the opposite, like, you know, a relationship from a friendship to, you know, a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, like whatever the dynamic?
It can.
It can. I mean, even relationships like those, you know, are strong relationship because they have a certain understanding, you know, and they were friends before, you know, they were actually in a relationship. So, yeah.
And I'm a big believer before you jump into a relationship, have a friendship first.
Right.
Well, yeah, that should be the right way.
You know, I don't see how people can just be so quick to want to jump in a relationship. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm pretty sure a handful of them can jump straight into a relationship. Like, I do know a guy that said he met his woman. She was a waitress. And he was like, that's going to be my wife. And, you know, he went up to her and he just said, will you marry me? She said yes. They've been married for over 20 years.
They didn't meet before that?
No.
Nah, it's possible.
Some people, it's rare, but it can happen.
Yeah.
And they've been married for over 20 years.
Like, holy cow.
Over,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's not of the norm, but it's cool. And
yeah.
I think it's not, the fact that it's not of the norm is what makes it even cooler.
Tommy says she'd rather be friend, but you don't want to get stuck in that friend zone if you want more than friend. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a relationship and trying to be a friend first, you don't want to get stuck in that friend zone.
Do you think that if you start out at friends, it's possible for you to get stuck there?
I'm not saying it's possible, but you just don't want to get stuck in that zone.
So, okay. So then what makes you not stuck there?
Well, for one, telling that person how you feel.
Yeah.
If you're not going to express how you feel towards that person, that other person is going to assume that only thing you want is just friends, so they're going to keep you as that friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be able to express yourself. If you feel as though that you want one, regardless if you get turned down or not, if you feel as though you want to be with that person in a relationship, then you have to say something. If you don't say nothing, how's that other person supposed to know?
Yeah.
You have to.
And that sucked. That sucked to get stuck in the friend zone. Having her telling you all about her boyfriend. I'm sorry I put you in the friend zone.
Hey, I'm sorry, but that's where you got it.
I don't know. I guess in my case, like, if I get stuck in the friend zone, I just get stuck in the friend zone because my thing is, I used to have an issue with rejection, but then I got over that. My thing is like, okay, you get rejected, it's not the end of the world. So if that person puts me in the friend zone, then you know what? In my opinion, that's fair game. Go ahead. But don't be upset if all of a sudden now you want to say something and I'm already telling you, hey, I'm already in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because if you felt that way for a long time, you should have said something. Closed mouths don't get fed.
The closed mouths don't get
fed. Exactly.
That's a good line. Good, perfect timing.
So you have to express how you feel. If you feel that way, express it, whether if you get turned down or not. Just express how you feel, and it's almost like leaving the ball in their court.
Yeah.
Either they're going to agree with that, Chris. You agree with that?
I agree. Yeah, most definitely.
Why?
Yeah. Well, you definitely have to, state what's on your mind for you both to be on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm always straight. I'm always
Straight.
straight to the point because
Yeah.
I don't want to be hearing stuff I don't want to be here. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't have that face to put on and smile and listen
Yeah.
to
You
stuff
can't
that I
hold it
want.
back.
Yeah,
It just
I can't
it,
hold
yeah,
it
it
back.
just goes
So
forward.
I'm
Yeah.
always straight. I'm always straight to the point. So for
Okay,
me now,
so
You don't.
go ahead.
go ahead.
The way that I feel when it comes to that you have to express when it comes to stuff that you feel, because my thing is you don't want to leave this planet with regrets.
With
Yeah,
words unsaid.
You don't want you don't want to leave this planet thinking to yourself or be in your hospital bed sitting here talking about stuff, man, I should have said this. Man, I
Yeah.
should have told her that.
yeah,
You don't want to
Yeah.
do that because that's regret.
Right.
And you don't want to leave this planet regretting. You want to be able to leave this planet and be in your bed and smile like, you know what, I did everything that I said I was going to
yep.
do. I said everything that I was going to
I
say.
told her.
I have no regrets.
I told her. He took the exact same
Exactly.
thing. I told her. I
You
told
don't want to do that
her. I
because
hear that.
that right there,
Nothing's
some of the some of the cha-
nothing
some of the
feels good
chapters in your
when you
book,
actually express your feelings to someone you really, like, when you tell them how you feel.
Actually saying how you feel.
Yeah,
you can't close the chapter in your book and then go ahead and
I
open
hear
up another one without the other chapter being finished,
right.
not being finished.
So, okay. What do you do when you figured out, you know what, I've gotten close to this person. We're talking all the time, we're hanging out. They gotten to know our family, but it's toxic. What do you
It's
do?
toxic.
Yeah.
Well, first, I would say tell the person if it's toxic, talk to the toxic person first and let them know how you feel. Let them know what's going on. What's toxic? What's toxic about the relationship that y'all in?
Yeah.
And then discuss it. And if your friend feels as though that they don't want to hear it, then that's when you have to go ahead and move on. Like, look, then I can't be friends with you.
Yeah.
Or, like I always say, if things don't add up, start subtracting.
yeah. You
Mm,
just can't turn a blind eye to certain things that you don't like in the beginning. You have to say it, like, like, I don't like that. I'm not the one for that. Like, you can't wait 2 years down the line. You're gonna say, I don't like doing this. I don't want to do this. Like, no, you should have said it from the get go. Like, I don't do this,
yeah.
so that
Set boundaries, right?
yeah, set the boundaries. You can't
Yeah.
set the boundaries after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't set the boundaries after the ball has already started rolling.
yeah, you can't. No.
You want to do you know what it is that you want in your life.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know there are certain things you can settle for, and then there are certain things like no, I have zero tolerance for it.
Right.
So you
So
have to be able.
what is something that you would have zero tolerance for?
Me?
Yeah, well, both of you, but yeah.
Well, as a friendship wise, it's just trying to take advantage of me.
Trying to
Taking
take.
advantage. Only reason you're friends with me is because you know what I can offer.
yeah,
But
That's it.
would that be taking advantage of you if somebody saw what you had to offer?
If all the thing if you're calling me, like say for instance, right? Say we become friends. The only time you're
Okay.
calling me is if you asking for something.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
not once did I hear a call as a for hey, how's it going? Are
Yeah.
you okay? Stuff like that. But if only reason that you're calling me is because you want something, then you're taking advantage of me because the only thing you're calling me for is what I have to offer, is what I offer.
Hmm. Okay.
If I'm
I see
calling
that.
you, if I'm calling you and checking up on you, hey, how's everybody doing? How's the family? Are you good? Do you need anything? Stuff like that. That's what I'm doing. But if I don't hear from you, because I'll be quick to tell somebody, look, it's funny how when you know that I got something, that's when you want to call.
That's when you're showing up.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
don't care if it's a whole bunch of money or I don't care if it's weed.
Right.
You know, my thing is don't call me just to see what I can give you. How
Mm-hmm.
about a good simple, hey, how's it going? Are you
Yeah.
good?
How's
I
your
ain't
day
heard
today?
from you. Yeah, I ain't heard from
Yeah.
you in a long time. I don't even care if my friends don't call me for a whole month. At least just call me and hey, how's everything going? Just checking up on you.
Right.
I'm good with
Miss
that.
Miss Tammy says lack of loyalty is a deal breaker. She says, Shaw, facts. That's a one-sided friendship. And Everett says, I've let people like that run over me like that in the past. Chris, what would be
Yeah.
your deal breakers? What would be your like? That's it. Me and you, we done. We're no longer friends.
Um, you see, I'm a very, very funny person when it comes on to friends. Like it has to be, the 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 personality, the type of person you are. Like if I'm pushing off certain energy and I'm not getting it back, like I'm just not gonna force it. You know, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
leave it until it just fade away. Well, you'll have to do something to fix that patch. Because if
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep fixing, and you're not helping to solve the
Right.
problem, I'm
Right.
just leaving it alone. Like, I'm not going
Yeah.
to worry about someone who's not worrying about me. Simple.
So is it possible to go from, you know what, you were toxic, like you're my close friend, we're hanging out, we're doing this, we're doing that. Is it possible to go from that to destruction of a friendship and then bring it back?
It can, but it'll be hard.
Yeah, it would be hard. It would
Why?
be hard. And it's going to be even harder to get back there.
Because a lot of from you being toxic and causing something to mess up the friendship, that
Mhm.
trust is gone. That trust is hard to come back. You can lose trust quicker than you can gain it.
Yeah.
Is it easier to gain back trust from somebody that was just your friend or somebody that you were in a relationship with?
It's hard on me. It's
It's
hard both ways.
for me, I'll forgive, but I don't forget. You know?
Mm,
So
yeah.
trust is a big thing for me. As I said, I'm never gonna forget. Like, so I'm always gonna remember that you did that before, and it's
Yeah.
possible it can happen again.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the chance, but I'm still not gonna allow you to hurt me in certain ways.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you can get a toxic friend back. It's just now your guard is up. It's like okay, well, I know I can talk. I know in this aspect of the friendship, he's going to be there for me.
yeah,
But for that aspect of the friendship, I know not to talk to this person about it
yeah.
because I know how they did me before.
Right. So
So
what
you
if
can
a friend, I'm sorry, go ahead.
get a friend back. It's still going to be hard.
It's going to
It,
take
it
work.
is.
It's going
And
to take work.
people
Yeah.
like those are better to know. Like someone who do shady stuff. You have the saying it's better to know than not to know. You see, when you
Mm-hmm.
know, you can use what you know. What you don't know, you can't do nothing about it.
Right.
So
So if basically you're saying that if I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand what you're
okay,
saying. So
yeah,
basically what you're saying is like, let's say her name is Sally. Me and Sally are best friends. We've been friends forever, but Sally did me wrong, right?
yeah,
She lied about me, and I know that she lied about me. If I was to become her friend again, I know that she's capable of lying, and so because
offline.
of that, I don't
So
trust her with everything.
yeah, so if she do lie again, you shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you just have to use those stuff as an advantage to move
Yeah.
forward.
So
Because
what?
we can't just drop some friends and say okay, that's it. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you just have to use what you know and deal with that person with that same energy that person is dealing with you with,
Right.
basically.
So what if somebody like, let's say,
Thank you for the happy birthday wishes.
let's say your best friend, right? Never calls you, right? Never like checks in to say what's up. You know, you hear from them maybe like once a year type thing. But something tragic happens and they're the first ones at your door. Is that still like a dependable friend to you?
Yes.
Why?
Because even I don't really talk to too many people a lot. I really don't, and that's because I choose to.
Right.
So even if we haven't spoken to once, if it's just once a year,
Right.
and then if something was to happen to me and they just happen to pop up, especially
Yeah.
something tragic, then that friendship is still there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because your friends, some of the stuff that you're going to attract with your friends. Like I'm not really a talkative person as of
Yeah.
checking on everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
not checking on everybody, but talking to everybody. But every once in a while, I can talk to them and be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah.
Because you're still somewhat leaving an impression with them. Like, yeah, I like my female best friend. Me and her cannot talk for a whole year, but I guarantee you, if she was to call me, we can still remember what was the last thing that we talked about.
Right.
Yeah. Back home we have this song. It goes like this. We don't have to talk every day, but the vibes never change.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. What
Your
about
man need no, go ahead.
empathy? Is it important for your best friend or your friend, like your friend, to have empathy for you?
Yeah, the empathy and what?
In anything. I mean, if it's your friend, you're going to be coming to them with
That's what
things.
I'm saying. It's all about the personality and who you are. Is it
Right.
Mm-hmm.
important for you to have empathy for them?
Yeah.
Because if you don't show that, then why would you
Yeah,
expect a friend to show that to you?
exactly.
Right.
You
Okay,
know, you
so
just yeah. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, no,
Sorry.
no. Go ahead. I want to hear what you
No,
have to say.
I'm just saying. You just have to give the same energy you're getting. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever energy you expect, just make sure you're giving that energy. So if you don't get that energy, you know that
Yeah.
you're not the one who's in wrong, because you
Exactly.
can't just sit and wait on empathy while you're not giving empathy.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to just go and start like, well, I mean, I understand people want certain things back, but you don't want to go out and start giving stuff because you want it
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
You
yeah,
want to
yeah.
give it out of
Right.
the kindness of your heart.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want it
True,
to be
true.
true and emotional to you.
Yeah,
Exactly. Like I'm not
Right.
gonna sit here and give you $1 and be like, well, the only reason I'm giving you $1 is because I want $1 back. No, you give it
yeah,
because
yeah,
hey, you
yeah.
my boy, you my homie. I see that you need this dollar.
Exactly.
I'm gonna give you this dollar.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
But
sometimes and especially if I know you're the type of person that's gonna pay me back, most times I just sit back and be like, don't worry about it. Because
Mm.
obviously you need this money. That's why I'm giving you this money.
Right.
Don't worry
well, the
about
reason
paying
why I
me
put
back.
it that way is just for you to have a better judgment and how and what to do. Like don't put too much if you're not getting back what you expect.
Hmm.
As
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
What about when it comes to integrity?
Integrity.
I mean, you're
Let's
gonna.
let me explain it this way. Um, your best friend and you, I mean, you have things in common, right? I mean, they don't do everything with you, shop with some things, okay? Um,
Hmm.
you communicate, you talk all the time, but next thing you know, you found out that he's stolen money from his work.
He's stolen money from his work.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean,
Well,
that's lack of integrity,
if
right?
I'm
So,
working with him and he's stealing from his job, then I can't be around him because I'm automatically going to go into the mindset if he's stealing from his job, then I wonder if he's stealing from me.
mm.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to have to back up.
So then it becomes a lack of trust,
Yes.
right?
If he's
Yeah.
willing to do that from his job, and it doesn't even have to just be stealing. If you're willing to do something to get yourself fired,
Yeah. Well,
imagine
what
what you.
about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you're willing to do just anything to get yourself fired from work, and we work at the same place. Imagine what you're going to be doing just to get out of my life. What you're going to be doing to me just to want to leave my life instead of just saying something.
Right.
Yeah.
What if it was something as simple as having an affair?
Oh, that's a no-go.
You know, he's cheating on his wife with the next door neighbor, but he told his wife, "Oh, I was with Shop."
Okay. Well, now that you're talking like that,
that's a very hard one. That's a very
hard is.
One.
Why is that hard?
Because you have to think about how long you and your it's a lot of things that contribute to that.
Say bro code.
All right.
No. It ain't nothing to do with bro code. For one, you have to think about one of the factors that falls into play. One, do you know his wife?
Okay.
All right. And my best friend, when I was with my baby mother, she cheated on me, and she confided in my best friend and his baby mother as well. He knew, and he still didn't tell me until we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. And
he was like, good. Like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, but you know, at the same time, I wanted to be mad with him, but at the same time, I had to understand, like, I'm even close friend with his girl. Like, when his girl was pregnant, when he had to go to work on night shift, I used to go by his house and stay with her so that she's safe and okay, you know. And for me to know that he's cheating on her, like, would I tell her? Or if he's cheating on him, would I tell him? Like, no, all I could do is talk to the person who's cheating. Like, that's not good. Like, and
exactly.
But by not telling, like, does that mean that you have now lacked integrity?
Again, it depends on everything.
It's just a question. It's just a question.
It just depends. Like, it depends on everything. There's. Go ahead, bro. I'll talk my piece in a minute.
Honestly, it's a tight spot. I don't know, you know, and I just don't want to be in certain situations. They're both my friends, so for me, I think the best thing I can do is talk to the one who's in wrong.
Okay.
Like, please, like,
and
break
then you
it
just
off,
back
break
out,
it off,
or like, what do you do?
Huh?
Or you just back out, or like, what do you do? Like,
no, I talk to her, like, you know, if she's in wrong, I would talk to her, like, it's either you break it off with him or you talk to him. You let him know what's going on and why you did it, but you know, I can't be the one to do it, and I can't be the one to sit around and watch you keep doing it over and over and over. Because when you do find out, and if you do find out, and he's gonna find out that I knew, he's gonna look at me saying that, oh, I knew a long time and I didn't do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
So it's more easier to me to pack a bag and, you know, jump on a plane. I'm out. Yeah.
And then there's other things as of with it, because say you catch your friend cheating.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking about all the years that you had with this friendship. He's been there for you. You've been there for him. You caught this one time that he cheated. It's like brother said, I can talk to you and let you know, hey, you know what? You're doing something wrong. You got yourself a good woman.
Yeah.
That's messed up. But in the midst of it,
stay friends. But do you stay friends? Like, because now you see that he has lack of integrity in his own marriage. Like, that's supposed to be
why not? You know,
right?
Yeah, why not? You know, relationship, you know, tends to go bad at times. Like, nothing wrong with that.
So does that remove him as a friend, because now you know that the integrity is gone?
You can lose the trust.
No, I don't remove him as a friend. I would more talk to him and see why he's actually taking this route. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, what is it that you've never done this before? Now all of a sudden I caught you doing this. What's going on? You know, I want to check. I want to check on my friend first before I decide to make a decision on am I going to not before I just bounce, because maybe it is something going on. I'm not saying there's an excuse for cheating,
Yeah.
but what's going on? What is it that you're doing this to your woman? Because something has to be going on.
I think there's never an excuse, but there is a reason. And what you're saying is you want to find the reason.
What's the root of it that you? Yeah. What is the root? You know, I'm not going to just, if we had all these years of friendship to the point and I was able to trust you then, but then all of a sudden you do something like this to your wife that maybe I was the best man at the wedding, then hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
What is it? You need to stop doing this and you need to talk to your wife and let her know how you feel as of something is missing.
Yeah.
But then if it comes down to a point that he's just constantly doing it, then I'm going to have to fall back.
Okay,
I kind of have to fall back.
It's a pattern. It's who he is.
It's a pattern. And then even if it comes down to it, because it's hard, especially for us men, that we're going to sit here and tell our friend's wife, hey, your man is cheating on you.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Do you know how many things can come back at us? Because for one, our friend is also our friend is looking at us as if you told my wife that I was cheating. The first thing they're gonna automatically think is that we got something for their wife. Exactly. We got a thing towards their wife.
Like, why would you tell my wife
dynamic. That is a different, totally,
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm down when it comes to certain bro codes, but I ain't down for all of them.
You said bro code. You said you weren't going to say bro code.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't going to say it.
Is that under bro code?
There. Put it like this: there are some men that's bro codes. Like, look, you don't tell my woman anything and stuff like that. My thing is, I don't want to say anything, so I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you, first I want to see what's going on. And if I see that what you're telling me is true and genuine, then my next concern is you need to talk to your wife.
Yeah.
You need to talk to your woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that's what I'm doing.
So being a good friend from your aspect is not only seeing the issue, talking to them about the issue and advising them to move forward to rectify the issue. And then if they can't rectify the issue, then I'm going to have to back up. Then the integrity is where it's at check.
That's when you fall into the category as I could talk to you about certain things, but when it comes to this, like say for instance, if I know you got a pattern that you constantly cheating on your woman, who am I to come over there and talk to you about what's going on between me and my woman? You're not going to give me no advice because I already see what you're doing. So why would I want advice from you?
Right.
But I am going to have...
give me anything beneficial.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not going to be beneficial because look at what you did. So why would I talk to you about that?
Yeah. So basically, no matter what the level of friendship it is, it's about communication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's towards a male or female, it's communication. Miss Kate Crush.
Yes.
Are you there, love? Hi, love.
Hey,
for you, when it comes to integrity in a friendship, what is your final straw?
Hold on. I'm sorry. Miss Kate Crush, I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to let you know, look, I got to get going. But peace and blessings to everybody. I'm going to try to swing through, but I'm going to have to jump into the comments because I got things that I need to do.
Okay, really quick, let me say a quick thank you to Mr. Shaw for coming through and giving us his knowledge, you guys. Please make sure that you pick him up and, like I always say, stay out their DMs, all right?
Respect, man.
Thank you, love.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye. Okay, Miss Kate Crush, go ahead.
She's sleeping?
Hello?
Yes, love.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Integrity. When it comes to integrity in your friendship, what's like the final straw?
I think For me, it would be lying.
Hmm.
If the person lies a lot.
If they're constantly lying.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even to me or to others. If I see the person lies a lot to others, then I have to question. I have to question them. I have to question it. I would separate myself.
Hmm.
Because if they lie, my mom used to always say, if they lie, they steal, they'll kill, like things like that.
Yeah.
It all goes, all of it falls in that line, in that category.
Right.
So if you can't be truthful with your friends or your husband or your wife, then why are you there?
Hmm.
And liars are usually manipulators too.
Right.
So, yeah,
what
like
about
that lying stuff.
What about dependability? Let's say that your best friends with Sally. She doesn't call you every day. You haven't spoken to her in like a year, but something happened in your life that you needed her, and there she was. Is that still considered a dependable friend?
Yeah, if I haven't spoken to her over a year and she picks up the phone for me and she's there for me, I will forever be grateful for that. Because you don't find that. You don't find that in a lot of people. Once you lose touch with a person, you could stop calling a person for like 2 weeks because you're very busy, and they will turn their backs on you. Like they'll be like, "Well, you didn't call me, so because you're very busy," and they will turn their backs on you. Like they'll be like, "Well, you didn't call me." So... I have an echo.
Oh, okay.
Is it me? I heard like an echo.
You're good now.
How about now?
Oh, now it's fine.
Okay, let me get. Okay. So what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I said, you know what? Yeah, they will be dependable, because they were there when I called them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, myself, if I haven't spoken to someone for a year, I wouldn't call them if I'm in need. Because I don't think that's right. You haven't spoken to someone in a year. You don't go and just call them out of the blue.
Right.
Especially for an emergency.
Yeah.
You don't do that. So it depends on the friendship. It really depends on the friendship.
Like because how deep it really ever was.
Yeah, because I have a friend in PA. We go months without talking. And when we do hang out again, it's like we never left each other.
Right.
And we all good. She knows that even if we don't talk, my door is always open to her and her kids.
Right.
So it depends the type of friendship.
Right. Yeah, my what I consider to be my best friend, I've actually been best friends with her since I was a freshman in high school. Ride or dies. Like I'd fight the world for this girl. She was the matron of honor at my wedding. She is the godmother to my firstborn. But we don't talk every day. We do our best to talk whenever we can. But the second we're back together again, we're like high school kids all over again. And that are legal to drink. High school friends that are legal to drink. So I get that. Like for me, integrity is important. Dependability is important. Empathy is important. Mm-hmm. And but I have one last question. I know we're over the time that we normally go, but I do have one last question. Is high maintenance of a friend a deal breaker on friendship?
In what way?
Yeah.
Friend needs you every single day and is calling you, oh my God, like I can't handle my life. Like, is that a deal breaker?
That's too high. That's too high. I need time for myself. Like,
you know what? If a person is that way, it turns me off. Because it makes me feel like, you know what, you don't know how to control your own life. You don't know how to make your own decisions. Yeah. You don't know how to do things without someone holding your hand. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time
And
for that
especially if
at
that
all.
person want to be on the phone and whatever you guys are talking about is not constructive, that shit knocks the hell out of me. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't do that.
The lack of a constructive conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's not going anywhere. It's literally
Yeah.
like, yes, break up with him already. And she's just going, but I love
Like,
him.
especially, they're asking for your advice and they're not taking it at the same time. Like,
I
why are you
actually lost a
calling me
friend.
then?
Yeah, I actually lost a friend because she would call me constantly. Oh, my husband, my husband, my husband. And I would be there for her and I'd be like, maybe you should do this, do that, do this. She never, I don't ever tell someone to leave their husband. That's
Right.
their decision.
Right.
But I was so sick and tired one day and I said, you know what? You have two options. You either get up and you leave your husband, or you stay there and you shut the fuck up and you put up with whatever he gives you. Because if you staying there, that means, that you're going to put up with it. You
Right.
have to put up with it.
It's
Whatever
the
he's
choice you
throwing.
made.
Yeah, it's the choice
Yeah.
you made. You have to put up with it. She got mad. She never called me again. And that's okay with me.
Right.
Because I
Do you
refuse
think
to
you
spend
get a
another
break.
I refuse to
At least
spend
you got
another
a
10
break.
years listening to that. Like,
You just
no.
reminded me of that movie. Oh my gosh, The Bronx Tale. When he says to, have you guys seen that movie? He says,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Blaze, thank you. In the Bronx Tale movie, he said he looks back at, I believe his name was Z, if I remember correctly, and he tells him, he tells him, my friend, he owes me $20. He owes me $20, and he tells him, if he owes you $20 and you got out of the friendship for $20, just say thank you and walk away.
Yeah.
That's
right?
right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have to cut your losses.
Yeah.
Because if you lend someone money and they tell you, listen, I'm going to pay it back by this day, and they don't pay it back by that date, and you have to chase them, then they're not worth being next to you.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't say that. With a friend, that I think, you see, if someone asks to borrow money from you, what you can't give, if you can't give it, don't lend it.
Thank you. 34 times, 37
That's
times.
true, but you know what? Sometimes in friendship, you might have, right, but not to really give away, but they might be in need more than you. So you do it because that person is your friend. But true. I'm not, I'm not about to chase my money. If I lend you money, I expect you to come to me the same way you took it out of my hands. I expect you to come to me and bring it back into my hands. If you cannot, if you need more time, then you should be a big person and be like, hey, I need more time. Can you give me more time? Or I could only give you a quarter of the money, let me make payments. That's fine too.
Blaze is turning you up for the roads.
I know. Thank you 154 times, Blaze.
That's so nice.
You know what's funny, Julia, on that, it's actually like for me and my best friend, she's always made 5 times more money than I have. And so whenever she wanted to go out, she would literally call herself my sugar mama. Like literally. She'd be like, I got it. Don't worry about it. Because I'd always be like, no, I can't afford, I can't afford that place right now. And she'd be like, no. Your sugar mama's got it. And then we would just go wherever she wanted to go. But like, I get what you're saying. If somebody says the words borrow or lend, like that's a completely different statement than what Chris is saying. Because Chris is saying, I don't borrow and I don't lend. I either just give or I don't.
Yeah. But you see, my friend, whenever we borrow money from each other, we don't ask back. We don't ask back for it,
Thank you, Blaze.
Then that's not really borrowing. That's like a gift.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Yeah.
It's more like that person knows you in need and they blessing you.
To them.
Yeah, they blessing you with it. That's not, it's not borrow.
So. Yeah, that's different. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Okay, so far, like what we're getting out of this is integrity, dependability, empathy, obviously a good listener, because communication is huge in friendship. Being able to be on the same page with a friend is one of the most important, I feel, parts of a friendship. Because if you can't communicate with the friend, how and why are they friends, right?
Yeah.
That being said, I want to say really quickly, thank you to everybody who came into the chat today. Make sure that you're following Chris, Cake Crush, and Mr. Shaw. Absolutely amazing conversation. I'm so thankful for you guys. You have like the best opinions on everything. Thank you to Blaze and Miss Janet and Black and White and Miss Catherine for your love today and the coins. You guys are amazing. Tomorrow's 3 p.m. topic is what stops you from love or bringing love closer to you. What stops you? So if you want to talk about it, make sure that you share it with your friends, let them know, bring them in, have them come and talk to us about it too. So it's not just you sharing all your embarrassing stuff. I mean, come on now. We love you guys. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And really quick, Julia, today is Chris's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
So if anybody wants to drop any birthday points, Chris, please do it right now, like right this second.
Thank you, guys.
And while I'm waiting, Julia, let's sing happy birthday. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, guys. Like I always say, make sure to grab them because if you don't, you will regret it. I love you guys. I will see you in a little bit. Bye.